I am so back, and this is my day 7 of my making manga challenge. I am so fully recovered, guys. You have no idea. I mean, I feel so much better, and all I could think about was this manga. While I was in hospital, I was constantly just thinking how the story would go, what cool things I would do once I get out of this flippin' hospital. Yeah, no, it was really frustrating. But today we are gonna do something really fun, storyboarding. And yeah, I exactly knew where the story was going, and I just had an idea, an epiphany of where I wanted it to go. So I just easily drew for 50 pages, and constantly I had that much of inspiration. And I think I was in hospital for 3 days with saline and all the things. I won't bore you with the details, but it was so boring. But at least I could think of the plot of this manga, which, hey, you gain some, you lose some. And now I will exactly say how much time it took me to storyboard 50 pages. 2 hours. I didn't knew it was that easy until I logged in. I just had that much of mental clarity. Anyways, I'll stop glazing myself and I'll start by the story. What even is the story about? Well, it's a very simple story. A construction guy who's procrastinating on unaliving himself finally thinks that maybe I won't do it because my favorite girl group, my favorite girl K-pop group, is about to drop their new album. So he's literally procrastinating on offing himself off because he's a construction worker and he hates his life because of an accident. He is getting into this line of work which he despises, and his life is very bad. And whenever he works, he always have this one thought of the beautiful scenery down is so good, I just want to jump. But then he doesn't, because he has this reason to live, and that reason is just this one K-pop group that he admires so much. And you'll get into it why he likes it so much. Well, the reason is because he never had a good childhood, and whenever he sees those young girls dancing, he thinks that, oh, I wish I had that. And he's not even that old, he's 25, and because of his parents' accident, he had to work from an early age. From 13 he's working in construction. So no, he really hates his life, but the only thing that keeps his going is the group. So here I'm showing his daily life, how he's crying and moping and stuff. He carves out the group's name and their new album, and he's fantasizing about how the rope should have just cut and all those things. And here's my tip for you guys: you can be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. Just set aside a time for your storyboarding and let yourself be wrong. Admit it to yourself that this is going to be terrible. I think the start of the story, the way I drew it, was stupid, so I just crossed, deleted 3 pages. You can even see in the video, the starting 3 pages were just crossed because that was stupid. But I could have never gotten to a better page if I never started. So boom, you can just waste 3 pages, but at least you get a good story out of it. So here's I won't go into the details what's happening. It's way more beneficial to know the process behind it. I'm just here's my process behind storyboarding. You have to have a mental image of things happening. Here I had this mental image of him trying to sleep in a garbage area because he eats off of the dustbin because that's his dinner. And then yeah, that's his locality, that's his habitat. And I just had that visualization. But if you don't have it, you can use references, but that wastes a lot of time. And remember, I had to do 50 pages storyboarding in 2 hours. So I had a very little time, and you can also have a very little time. That's a good thing. Don't give yourself 4 hours for drawing. Give yourself 1 hour of drawing, but make it intense. Make the whole story plan out. I have basic layout of the whole story. I'm not saying the story is of 50 pages, but the main part of the story has been covered already. That sounded so wrong, but yeah, the main crux, the thing that's the reader gonna be oh, that was cool, that already is covered. and just draw and have a huge piece of paper. Like, I don't know you can see this or not, but this is an A3 paper, and I got this for super cheap. Like, it's a newspaper print paper, and it's not like as a printer wala paper. So yes, I have upgraded to even more cheaper paper, because the last thought that I want while drawing is, oh my god, I'm wasting money. I got this for 20 rupees and it was so much paper. Anyways, you have to have like as a huge paper, at least have a huge scale, and draw the dialogue, but don't write it with pencil because then you won't understand later. So have a pen beside you, and what kind of pen I'm using doesn't matter, but I'm using a Pilot pen. I don't know the full name, but yeah, it's easy. And my number one tip is just get it done. Like, get those 50, 100, 20, 200 pages done as quickly as possible, because you are going to have them revisioned, and it's way better to revision 50 pages than to revision 2 pages, because at least in 50 you have a better story at faster pace. So yeah, this is all I did today, and like, I was quite happy. I did slip in some funny moments, as in here he's talking about, like, they all appear in front of him, and then he's all like geeking out. He's like, oh my god, how are you in front of me? And they are kind of scared. They're like, oh my god, who is this creep weirdo? So he's like, oh no, I gotta act cool. So he acts way too nonchalant, and he asks like, okay, but why did the aliens pick you guys? And then they're like, okay, this guy is like, he doesn't care about us, which was the feeling, and that was like the comedy bit. Then they gave him this toy and stuff. And another tip, you don't have to sit for like 7 hours, just sit for 2 focused hours. That would be another trick. And have a page turn. Like, here they are talking about, oh yeah, no, we just escaped a UFO, and I think we have a week. That's the page first, and the second page is the UFO just lands. So like, the thing is, like, they don't have a week, the UFO has returned for them. The whole story is basically the planet is like another alien planet is dying off of cringe, because all their artist is like cringy. But yeah, the this K-pop group, they are very cool, so they get abducted by aliens. That's the plot. And now it's how this construction worker finds meaning in saving their lives, and how he goes beyond human means to like become cool hero. It's a simple plot, at least for now. I haven't made it that complicated, but yeah, we'll see. I might keep it like this, or I might change it. Here's the first draft. The first draft is going to be terrible. Like I just said, like, that story sounds like a 5-year-old story. But hey, I would like to read a 5-year-old story, because those stories are fun, simple, easy to understand. I'm gonna get off topic here, guys. Do you know your first sketchbooks? Like, I just saw mine and it is so terrible. And here was the story behind it. Like, I was drawing in class, and then this teacher saw me drawing, and she just gifted me a drawing book, because she saw me that I was drawing in a notebook, like a class notebook, on the side of the equations, the paper, the paragraph. And then she, I don't know, felt sorry, or just thought like, what a dumbass kid, I'll just gift him this. And now I still have that textbook, like that drawing book, with me. That was sweet, and I have drove so many weird, stupid, bad things in it, but I still cherish it to this day. So I'd say that, do you have your bad looking sketchbooks? Because those are cool sketchbooks once you know actually how to draw. And here is this moment of realization that, oh, my memories are wiped, I guess, because he wakes up with this, like, he doesn't know what happened to his brain, and like, he doesn't know why he was living for this long. And that's when I go into his backstory. Like, he was 13, he couldn't get a job, so he just came here, and now he's like, life is getting wasted at this construction site. But then he always thought that, how was I able to work for so long? And the reason was because of this band. But now he can't remember who he, like, this band and this reason was. So he knows like someone did something to his brain. I want to also ask, what would you guys do if like you are in this like room stuck and 24/7 you don't have anything to like look at or entertain yourself? What do you guys do? Like, cuz when I was in hospital, cuz yeah, sorry I brought that up, but when I was there, all I could think about was these characters and all the dialogues that he might say. So like that was my escapism. But I don't know about like what other people do. Like, do artists like the ones who sing like just think of lyrics when they're isolated? So I don't know, but what do you guys do? And here's the clip of him just jumping into, like, he jumped inside a like a fire something something, then he jumps out. And as you can see, the watch that was about to fall, I have set some timers on that guy because I don't want to draw very like in detailed, because most of this stuff is going to get erased, deleted or edited. So there's no point in making it too polished. It's just to get the point across. And also another tip, you can write with pen what's going in the scene. Like here there's a character that's like giving a kind of inspirational speech and other characters hugging him, and it doesn't look like that, so I had to mention it with a pen. And yeah, another tip would be to just draw on like double page spreads, because that's how it's gonna look at the end. So why not just draw it the way it's going to be printed? You can kind of see the markings of like the things that I was like planning on doing, and I also erase, so that's why I would recommend using a like lid pencil or something like that. I hate drawing with pencils because the lid always gets blunt and I draw like very much. But one thing that does happen also is that I put a little bit too much of pressure and then the lid breaks, and that feels so painful. Here you can see that he just punches right through the guy, and that's the last like drawing that I did. It's a double page spread and it's quite epic, and that's all I did today. And here's the mess. Like these are A3 pages, guys, and that's a like those are 4 pages on one side of the page, and at the back of it another 4 pages. So yeah, I did plan a lot of story today, and I'm very excited to draw the actual manuscript. I know I haven't much time, but let's see, like I'll draw it as fast as I can. And here's the rough draft. And another tip, you guys don't have to draw beautiful rough drafts, because all it has to do is get the point across. Some another personal motivation would be, like, as you can see, like my health was very shit past days, but it recovered. So it's very fine for you guys to take breaks. You might even recover in a better shape and like in like better like motivation to draw. And my left hand was the one in which the lines were put, so that's why it's like quite thick. But yeah, life goes on, you will be better, never stop. And yeah, make manga and make better manga, then have keep improving. That's all I gotta say. And with that being said, bye guys. And if you haven't seen the previous vlogs, please do. And I'm back, and you will see a video from me tomorrow. Let's go. Please don't stop drawing, even though your health might get into the way. Tomorrow is waiting for you. People are waiting for you. Bye.